Yo, what the fuck is up in this? It's like, yeah, it sounds like it, but also it's not. But check this out. If you're a beginner, don't even trip. I'm gonna keep it beginner friendly in this bit. So let's turn off all of these effects real quick. So first I started with the little simple first kick right here. Now, as you can tell, it has kind of a little bit of a tail, and I didn't want that for this drop. So in the playlist, I double clicked on it, went to declicking mode, clicked generic, and shortened it up just like that. Then I layered two claps, basic bitch and bitch. Together sound like this. With the kick, there's a little bit of EQing on both of these sounds. On the kick, a little bit of a boost on the bass and a little bit of a removal on the low mid. It just sounded good to me like that. And on the claps, I removed all the low end and a little bit of the high mid, as well as turned up a little bit of the treble, and that together sounds like this. No EQing, and with EQ. It's a small difference, but it goes a long way. Finally, we just have this open hat, which I pretty much just pitch down. And that's it for the drum beat. Since this track is like super clean, I didn't want it to clip too much. All of my levels here, as you can see, are not all the way up. And on the mixer, I turned them down as well. So the sub was actually super simple. It's just an 808 from the pack. So the way I did this is I went to my 808s and I dragged in the 808 that I wanted. Then I set my root note, which is E. Then I turned on crossfade and I just wrote an E note every other beat. As far as any processing, put an EQ on it, removing the high end. And that's it for the sub. It's because the thing is that there's so many fucking ways to get to sounds, I think, that like, I really don't know what the fuck I don't know. It sounds similar, so I'm gonna say it's similar, but I just don't know what the fuck this fool's doing. What I did was I grabbed one of the presets from my Serum pack called Laser Yoy. And with this preset, I basically just changed, in here, I'll just do it in front of you so you can see what the fuck I'm talking about. And I changed the wavetables to sine waves. And I changed the LFO shape to look something like this. Now, the reason why is that when you look at this waveform from the original, you can see that the sound kind of starts modulating around here, like right after the kick. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this grid, and it's the same 1, 2, 3, 4 on Serum, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this grid. So that's why I made this little spike. You get a sound like that, right? As far as this sound and the way it is, you can pause the video and copy the preset, or you can get it at threatcollective.us. The second sound is basically the same shit. I've put the notes a whole octave up, and I've changed the LFO to look like this. So it sounds like that. Now, where a lot of this sound is coming from is effector, and it's the ring mod effect on effector. Let me turn this on, and you'll hear it right away. Without it. With it. After that, I've added Comeback Kid. You could do this with literally any plugin. The time is all the way down, so it's very, very fast, really just to give it more of a stereo fucking feel. So without it, it'd be like, and then with it, so a little bit more stereo and shit. The next effect is Fruity Delay, and this is basically just making one single echo right after. If I take the second synth out and just play this one, you'll be able to hear it better. Super simple on this one. I put the time to 4 steps, which would be a beat. And the cutoff, I just brought down super low so that it only gives me about 1 echo, and that's pretty much it for the settings on that delay. This is giving it a little bit more ambience and shit. Finally, an EQ to remove all that low end shit and a little bit of the treble. Now, something that you can do for variation of the sound is turn on this LFO here in effector. I've put it to 2/1, and I put the square LFO. And what I'm gonna automate is basically this X mod to move this parameter like this, right? Side to side. And when I raise this up. So that way you can get like a little bit of variation in your track and shit if you wanted to do that. And finally, I routed both of those to a sidechain channel where it's just pretty much bringing down the volume every time the kick hits. That's fucking it. And as far as the master, I just put a, oh fuck, shut up. I just put a limiter on it to just make it loud as shit. So if you want this project, consider becoming a Patreon. Oh fuck, I was gonna show you guys how to sample this kick. Bonus time, bitch! So fucking easy. Let's zoom into the drop over here. And we can see the kick lives right here. So let's keep zooming in like that. All right, got a little bit of bullshit right here at the end. So I'm gonna fucking go here and go to equalize. Now in here, I'm just gonna roll off that high shit at the end of the sample. Excuse me, bitch. Let me fucking write the shit. Okay. And we're going to do that like this. About shit like that. Okay. So we're going to accept that. Okay. I think that's clean enough. I'm going to declick out just like that. And drag that shit in. That's how you pretty much do it. This is the... There you go. There's the kick. So it's like a little bit snappier than the kick I'm using, and it's very, very, very nice. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, this project will be available for my Patreon, so consider becoming a patron. I'm bringing these back, so comment tracks you guys want me to try to remake. I hope I explained everything well. If I didn't, please leave some feedback in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video, mother.